Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the InnyBuild Airbus A350. Today we are going to fly from London Heathrow to the brand new Cape Town by InnyBuild, a beautiful looking airport that we are about to check out in today's flight. It's almost 10 PM here at London Heathrow and we're about to set up our A350 for our flight to South Africa. But before we start, a very quick message from today's sponsor, Say Intentions AI. If you're looking for an ATC add-on that can not just do your standard IFR A to B flight, but also other things like data link, VFR, and even a cabin crew simulation, and if you like what you're about to see in today's video, then check them out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And with that, let's get straight into this. Before we board our Airbus A350, let's go ahead and check out today's flight plan. And as always, I am using my Firefox to display the flight plan PDF straight from SimBrief. And this is what it looks like. So we are departing Heathrow southbound. It's actually a non-ETOPS flight today, all across the Sahara and down to Cape Town. The significant weather chart shows us a little bit of turbulence until flight level 360 over France, and then we are crossing a jet stream over Algeria. Later on, we have, well, pretty clear condition going through the intertropical convergence zone and then all the way down to Cape Town, where crossing the border into South Africa another jet stream awaits, including the possibility for some severe turbulences until flight level 360, so hopefully we'll be able to overfly that, and let's just hope that this area is not going to move all the way over here by the time of our arrival. Well, with that out of the way, let's have a look at our weather forecast. So London Heathrow at the moment, light northerly winds, no clouds detected, temperature 9 degrees, and then looking down at Cape Town, clear skies forecast up to 21 degrees today. Our first alternate is Johannesburg. Yes, that is pretty far away, but it's the best one we've got available today. And as you can see, Johannesburg, well, it has quite a lot of showers of rain forecast, thunderstorms forecast. There's also Durban, which is actually a little bit better today, so we might have to think about changing alternates. Now, let's have a look at the flight plan. We'll be the Speedbird 59 on an A350-1000 with the Trent XWB engines, departing Heathrow at 21:25 and arriving at 0900 in Cape Town. We've got plenty of margins for both the takeoff and the landing weights, and we'll start in flight level 330, later on climbing up to flight level 390, and I'm not 100% convinced yet whether we are going to do the step descent or not. Alright, with that in mind, let's quickly have a look at our alternate airports, because as we can see, Durban needs an additional 700 kilograms of fuel, but I tell you honestly, I think Durban is the better option there for our alternate, so we are going to take that, plus whatever it takes to carry that fuel, and since Cape Town was absolutely fine, that's going to be all that we are carrying extra today. So that means we're looking at 700 kilos up there, and if we are 1,000 kilos higher, we need an additional 200. So let's just take 1,000 kilos on top there and then round it up. So 85.4 plus 600 is conveniently 86 tons. So let's make it 87 tons of fuel, and with that we are good to go. Alright, cool. Then follow me inside and we'll start preparing our A350 for today's service. So let's take a seat on the captain's seat over here, and then we'll start with our basics, which is thrust lever idle, engine master levers off, start selector norm, landing gear lever is down, the wipers are off, power is already applied, so we don't need to check the batteries any longer, so let's turn on the ADS number 1, 2 and 3. Then we can also quickly go down here and check the dispatch page, not implemented just yet, fine. Then we can do a recall for 3 seconds, and there is nothing over here. Alright, then let's do the APU fire test. Looking good, and it's not too hot outside, so we are just going to keep it that way, not start the APU straight away just yet. Alright, then let's move over into the OIS. So first things first, flight ops data screen, let's do the SimBrief import, and that's the flight 59. from Heathrow to Cape Town, beautiful. Then let's go down to the load sheet, SimReef import over here as well. Fuel, we said we wanted 87 tons, like this. So let's set the zero fuel weight, set the fuel, and we are going to do an instant refueling over here, because by the time we get there, the airplane would already have been refueled completely. Great, then we can move forward to the terminal charts. We are looking for Heathrow departure charts. Then let's see which parking chart we need. I think it's Terminal 5 over here. Code letter Foxtrot aircraft, is that it? No, that's not it. We need the standard one, and that's Terminal 5, A and B. So it should be this one up here. Alright, cool. So we need that one. Then we're also going to get the aerodrome ground chart. And finally, for our departure, Maxit 1 Golf. So let's go to the SIDs and take the Maxit departure up here. And Anybuilds have added the SID PTs down here as well. So let's go ahead and pin that one as well. And now we've got the parking chart, taxi chart, departure chart, and well, that's about everything we need over here. Great, now let's do the preliminary takeoff calculations here. We're going to synchronize our SimReef. Data, runway 27 left is confirmed. Synchronize the weather over here. Flaps 1 probably. Let's see, compute. And that looks doable. Let's see what flaps 2 gives us, just to get that additional tail clearance. Oh, even a better flex temperature. Well, then we are certainly going to go with config 2. Alright, cool. And let's also calculate air conditioning off. And here we go, 45 degrees flex, max takeoff weight 335, easy going. Cool. So that's the initial setup on the OAS completed. Then let's go ahead and move back into our ECAM. So oxygen is good, rain repellent is normal. Then let's move down to the hydraulic screen, and the hydraulic quantity is full. Engines, oil quantity is full. That is lovely. Flaps are up, spoilers are retracted, and that matches our controls. Then let's just release that parking brake and do a little brake check down here. That's looking wonderful on the accumulator. Parking brake set, and then I'll just reinflate that. Alright, great. So with that, we now know that our airplane is good to go. A350-1000 is confirmed. NAV database is out of date though. Okay. So let's quickly go down into the options, third party, and oh god, it's lost all of that stuff again. Alright, then let's quickly update the NAV data here. Interesting that it's lost this. Alright, so update nav data. It's just nice that all of this stuff can be done live in the sim now. There used to be a time where we always had to completely restart the simulator if something like this happened. Nowadays, you just update it live and on the go, so data downloaded. Now let's quickly go over here, back into the aircraft status screen, and look at that. Nav data is up to date. Beautiful. Alright, so delete, confirm. And then we go over to the init page, do the company flight plan request, which might take a little while. And received, insert. Here we go. So on the surveillance page, everything is turned off. ATC com page, ATC is armed. Same intentions will be our data network. And then let's quickly go to the D-ATIS and update all that weather. So, Heathrow, here we are. Print that, please. Okay, info X-ray, departing runway 27 left is confirmed, QNH 1025. Set once and set twice. Beautiful. Cool. So, before we do the rest of the FMS setup, let's start moving around the flight deck. So, evacuation switch on captain, crew supply on, flight recorder on, ELT is armed, the rest is set. Up here lights are set, fueling is complete, so the signs are all coming on. Everything else is set, fuel pumps are coming on. Fire test is done already, maintenance panel is checked on this side. We don't have anything that would require a temperature control. in the front hold, and all the rest is set. Nice, so that's the overhead panel done. Down here everything is done anyway. I'm not going to tune the radios just yet, but we will turn on our the listening devices. Yes, I know, that's superb English. Okay, beautiful, that's set. The Squawk machine on 2000 is good as well, and then we can already tune 1215 like that. Alright, in the middle, let's actually turn up the floodlight a bit and then disable the storm light. The rest is looking good, and the rest is looking good. Since we would be flying this flight with 3 pilots, let's also give them some audio back there. Alright, and then we can go straight into our FMS. So,
Speedbird 597.
well, let's get started. On the ended page, Speedbird 59, Heathrow to Cape Town, alternate Johannesburg, looks good, Throttle 330. Now, let's grab ourselves some data. We've got a temperature of -49, tropopause in 32,000. So, temperature -49, and the tropopause 32,000. Alright, enter. The rest is looking good. Then IRSs are aligning on the GNSS position. Departure, runway 27 left. Sit. Max it 1 Golf. Tempe insert. And then for the arrival in the Cape Town, it's going to be runway 19 according to the plan, ILS Zulu approach. And we're coming in by the ERA 1 Bravo. We need any vias? No, we don't. Okay. And insert. Now, let's cross-check our SID. Plan mode, constraints, terminal chart.
Speedbird 9 Alpha Oscar contact, Heathrow Tower on 1.
And let's have a look. Departing off 27 left, max at 1 Golf, is straight out to 1 DME London Heathrow. And that's what we got. Then intercept 239er to 5.5 DME, and that's what we've got down here on the Fox point. Then a left-hand turn 161, which is checked towards 7.7 DME London above 3000. Then we continue on to 9.3 DME above 4000, and at 12 DME we make a right-hand turn onto 190 towards Maxit at 6000. That looks all correct. Beautiful. Alright, good. Then let's quickly go ahead and enter the emergency waypoints. So that is gonna become the LHRX. What's that? 3, I think, over here? So based on EGLL 27 left. Let's see, runway track 269. And the distance is 25 miles. Alright, store waypoint. Now let's go down here again, flight plan, info, fix info, EGLL 27 left, radial 269 for the extended center line, and LHRX 3 into the fix page. Good, then we can also continue on to our step climbs. So let's go down here, step outs, OFP, what do we have? So, level 350 over at Dirmo.
Shuttle 18 Hotel contact, London control on 127.7.
Let's find that.
127.7 for Shuttle 18 Hotel, good day.
Here we go. Dirmo. Flight level 350.
Channel 31 Victor Delta.
Then
contact.
next
London
is
control
going
on
to be
134.125.
370 at Ilbib. So, Ilbib 37, then we got 39 at Exito. Like that, and, well, do we want to do the step descent? I'll definitely not enter it here, so that's gonna be fine like this. Alright, so let's go back onto the main page here, do the wind request. Now that the step climbs are entered, we always gotta enter the step climb first, then do the winds. So, we don't need enough it's hard tuned here. Then fuel and load. Let's see what is planned. So, 194.5. Into here, block fuel 87. We don't have any passenger numbers yet. Taxi fuel 600 is correct. Okay, so alternate 9.3, we increased that to 10,000 for Durban, and then 2.5. So alternate 10, final 2.5, like that, looking good. And then let's go for the takeoff performance data, which we can simply uplink. So send to FMS and confirm speeds. That's a packs off takeoff, engine out acceleration in 1500 above the ground, position monitor,
Shuttle 18 Hotel contact
EGLL27 left.
105.
Alright, the rest is looking good down here. It's a flap 2 takeoff, you gotta remember that one. For the climb page, nothing special down here. Then let's go on to the secondary flight plan, Sec1, import active, and edit. So, after Heathrow 27 left, insert next waypoint, that's gonna be Heathrow Emergency 3. And we are going to insert a holding over there. This looks good. And from there, new destination, return to Heathrow with an arrival, runway 27 right, approach is an ILS, and that is looking quite good. Alright, so that's our secondary number 1. Then let's do the secondary number 2, import active, where we are just going to keep a backup of our active flight plan. Well, and I think that's pretty much it down here. So, what else can we do? ATC com. Let's already go ahead and request the IFR clearance. So, request, clearance, departure. So, London Heathrow, gate 534. And did we actually print that ATIS? No, it didn't. Okay. Well, then, ATIS X-ray. Okay, so from Heathrow, gate 534, ATIS X-ray, A350-1000, destination Cape Town. Looks all good to me. Transfer to mailbox. And that's all looking good. Alright, sent. And we would print this one out. Then we don't need this anymore. So back to the plan, back to the performance. Then let's move up to the glare shield. Initially, usually 6,000 here. We'll see, however, if they've got something different in mind for us. Then let's load the airport map. Might take a while. And now we're just waiting for the clearance to arrive, and then we can start our departure briefing. Okay, in the meantime, I think we've pretty much done all the important things. I just want to confirm our clearance before actually starting the briefing, but then we're about ready for that one as well.
Up to 12-1-2000, Cedar Jet 204.
Okay, so request being processed, stand by. Okay, thank you, and we can close that one. And here's our clearance, so print that please. What do we got? Cleared to Cape Town, max at 1 Golf departure. Maintain 6,000, departure on 125.625.
London control on 121.03. 121.03. Cedar Jet
and
204.
squawk 2662, expect runway 27 left. We've got 27 left, max at 1 Golf is confirmed, and squawk 2662. Okay, great. So, Wilco and send. Why is the printer not working? Let's try that again. Recall print. Now it works, okay. Great, so clearance is confirmed. Then let's start our departure briefing, please.
Speedbird 933, contact Heathrow.
Right, we're departing
Tower
London Heathrow, runway 27 left, max at 1 Golf departure, initial 6,000, 3,000 feet keeps us safe, the actual MSA is a little bit below that, and extra fuel and time, we didn't take anything over here, so does it already indicate anything? No, it doesn't. Alright, that is fine with me. Cool, no hotspots for our taxi routing, standard London Heathrow, might look a little bit complicated, but should be just fine. Stop margin for rejected takeoff is unknown, but won't be that much. Immediate return if we have to. We're above the max landing weight, but we can still come back to Heathrow. Runway is more than long enough. The EO sits straight at 25 miles, climbing 3,000 to the Heathrow emergency 3-point, and I've got nothing special on non-standard. Do you see any threats? No. Lovely, so that's our briefing completed. And let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. So, gear pins and covers. Actually, are they removed?
Speedbird 893, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.48.
Nonetheless, let's check.
124.48 for Speedbird 893.
They are removed. Good, gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity. We've got 87,000 kilos balanced. Barrel reference QNH 1025. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Okay, lovely. So let's say hello to our passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel. In the name of British Airways, welcome aboard our Airbus A350-1000 on our flight to Cape Town. We are just finishing up the last paperwork over here and loading the last pieces of luggage. Once that is completed, we will start our pushback and make our way towards Cape Town. Expected flight time today approximately 11 hours, with the smooth flight starting in about 9,000 meters altitude, later up to 12,000 meters. Thank you very much for being with us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And if there is anything we can do for you to make it more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew members. Thank you very much for your attention, and once again, welcome aboard. So, the APU had just shown low oil, but oil quantity is still sufficient, so that's nothing for us to worry about. I was a little worried because when I tried the Sim Update 4 beta, that killed my batteries, reduced the engine oil to 0 and stuff like that. So I thought, like, well, maybe it's done something to the APU as well, but doesn't look like it. Probably just a self-test then. But it's interesting that you actually got to pay attention to that kind of stuff, otherwise... You know, otherwise, apart from the fact that we would have fried our engines upon startup, we could have broken quite a bit of stuff. So, APU avail.
Hainan 79012, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000.
Great, then, I think we're about ready up here. Let's see if our final performance figures have already arrived.
London Control on 135.805.
135.805 for Ryanair.
So, zero fuel weight was 194.5, that checks, and the CG for us is 30.5. Passengers total 331, which is the maximum that British Airways can carry, and that leaves us with a gross weight of 281.5, and our previous calculation had been with a little bit less, so let's say 281 for our takeoff. 281.0. Right, compute. Looks good. Send to FMS, just to be sure we have the latest. And accept. It's all the same anyway. Alright, great. So that's our departure preparations completed. Then let's go ahead and close those doors. So, ground flight, can we disconnect ground power? Yes sir, you can disconnect. Alright, parking brake is set, shocks can be removed, and then please prepare the position for pushback and departure.
Switching to Beirut Hariri Tower on 118.9er.
Cedar Jet 204.
Okay, cabin crew, all doors in flight. Here we go, looking good. Alright, perfect. Then let's do this. So that's also looking good. Fantastic. So, ground chart, Heathrow, ground 121905. Okay, so what's the status of our GSX? It's preparing. Wonderful. Good. Heathrow ground, good evening, Speedbird 59 Heavy, request pushback and startup.
Speedbird 59er, pushback and startup approved. Face south.
Pushback and startup approved, facing south, Speedbird 59er. Before start checklist. So, park and brake is set, takeoff speeds and thrust, 153, 154, 162, flex 45, slides on, nose wheel steering disconnect memo is checked, and that's the before start checklist complete. Ground flight deck. So, please confirm that all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. That's all confirmed. Alright, thanks. Now we clear the push, facing south, and the park and brake is set.
Echo, Alpha Delta South.
Roger, stand by.
Taxi to parking, cross runway 27
And I
right,
suppose
then
we'll just have to
Alpha
wait
Echo,
until we're ready up here.
Delta, Speedbird 933.
Here we go. Continue pushback. And that'll be nose to the right, facing south on taxiway Bravo. Okay. So release parking brakes, please. Parking brakes released, and we're standing by for your clearance to start the engines. Roger. Alright, and here we go. Off to Cape Town. So we are right up here. That means it will be a fairly long taxi today. Can't do much about that, huh? Okay then, Grand Cockpit, we're ready for engine start. Sequence will be 1 then 2.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check. Welcome aboard British Airways on this lovely flight to Cape Town. We are thrilled to
Okay, so we need to wait 10 seconds here.
and our first officer, Stephanie, are at the helm, ensuring a smooth journey. Joining
And here we go, that's 10 seconds.
fantastic colleagues,
Engine 1 start.
Lucy and James. Now, let's go over some important safety information. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin crew, oxygen masks are crossed out on the panel above. Those of you seated near the exits, we have emergency exits located at the front, over the wings, and at the rear of the aircraft. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest to you, keeping in mind that it may be behind you. In the event of an evacuation, please leave all luggage on board. Your safety is our priority. Lastly, we have life vests located under your seat.
Okay, ground, we've got a good start in engine number 1, starting engine number 2.
Place it over your
Clear 2.
straps around your waist, inflated by pulling
So,
straps like the
waiting for the avail sign.
engine and pushing the vessel
And here it is, engine 2 start. Okay, and pushback is completed, set brakes. Brake set. Now it would be nice to have a working taxi camera here, so that we are able to follow how far the guys on the ground are with their setup, but I suppose that would be asking for too much. After all, the Sims does still not support it. Okay, ground, we have 2 good engine starts, you're clear to disconnect, show me the pin on the left side, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. And here we go. Avail. Okay, the trim is correct, nothing on the status page. Looking good, and here they go. So, there's the ramp agent, holding a pin, beautiful. Bye-bye. And before taxi checklist, please. Or after start checklist. Oh god, this one wants the flight controls. Okay, flight control check. Full up.
Ready for pushback.
Full down. Neutral.
China Southern 304, pushback approved.
Full left.
Pushback and start approved. China Southern
Full right.
304.
Neutral, rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Okay, after start checklist. Anti-ice off, flight controls checked, and ground clearance received. After start checklist complete. Speedbird 59 Heavy, request taxi.
Speedbird 59er. Runway 27 left taxi, viable Bravo. Link 28 November 1.
Taxi runway 27 left via Bravo, link 28 November 1, Speedbird 59 Heavy.
Tower, Air India 132.
Okay, so Bravo all the way. Then link 28 is the one up here, and November 1. That's literally clearance to the full length. Okay, so parking brake released. Let's also dim the lights a little. Clear right side, clear left side. Then let's go. Brake check. Brakes okay. Okay, so straight ahead, and then the first to the left, which is also Bravo. So strange that they just have 2 taxiways going all around the airport, basically all around it in a circle, called Bravo and Alpha. When I first started flying out of Heathrow on VATSIM, I really had some problems taxiing in the right directions here, because, you know, you looked at the map and you were like, what's that? And of course they have their lovely stopping points, which unfortunately St. Engines is not aware of. But I hope they're going to add those in the future. Oh, beautiful departure up there. So the right side is clear, the left side is clear. We'll have to disregard the stop bar, never do that in the real world. It's actually fairly negative training here to roll over all those stop bars in the flight simulator. Alright, 10 knots and into the turn. Very long aircraft, so quite a bit of oversteering required here. So, with all the dimmed light outside, I think the displays are fairly bright here. Let's go ahead and change that. So, master brightness down halfway. Here we go, that's more comfy, is it? Alright, so, now we're cleared all the way to the end. and then to the right. So basically we're taxiing over the Concorde and then to the right hand side, and that's where we are going to depart from already. So, for our takeoff briefing, don't really have any changes there. We can keep everything the way it was, really. And then we're just waiting for the cabin to get ready. Okay, so Heathrow, fairly long taxi unfortunately. And then again, of course, we're parking in the exact wrong end of the airport. Had we flown the same flight yesterday, then we would have departed 09 right, and we would already have been airborne. But unfortunately, today it's 27, so gotta taxi a little bit longer here. Okay, the cabin is ready. Takeoff config normal, taxi checklist please.
09 request pushback.
So, flap setting, config 2, radar on, econ memo, takeoff no blue, taxi checklist complete. I just love when it is that easy. I mean, think about the SOPs you're doing on the A350 over here, and then compare that with the SOPs that you're doing, for example, on a 737, where you got like 1,000 items to go over during taxi. And tell me, is it just me, or did Airbus really do a nice job on the engine instruments here? I mean, they really just gave you the most important stuff, thrust and one EGT, and made it into such a compact display. In my opinion, much better than the waste of space that the previous generation of aircraft always had for those engine displays. So, is that a Gene on the left parking, or are they coming out? Or are they just turning away from us in order not to offer their wingtip to ours? I think there should be sufficient space. If not, we would have felt it by now. Okay, so we continue from Bravo onto link 28, which is straight over here, and then just a tiny turn to the left onto the link. So over here, tiny left, basically follow the greens. Okay, so link 28 is straight ahead according to the sign. And then we must just not miss the turn to the right onto November 1, so good look at the taxiway signs now, but I think it's the very end. So that's Alpha Echo 2. Why are you flashing? Stop flashing. Another Alpha Echo 2. Okay, and the next one's got to be November 1 then. Another stop bar that should not be illuminated. We pretend that it just went off when it hit behind our instrument panel. Alright, and here's November 1.
Bird 59er, contact tower on 124.48, so long.
124.48, Speedbird 59er, so long. Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 59 Heavy, ready for departure. Okay, 124, what is it? 125.625. Departure frequency is pre-selected.
Speedbird 59er heavy.
On above here.
Heathrow Tower, runway 27 left. Winds 360 at 5, cleared for takeoff.
Speedbird 59 heavy, runway 27 left, cleared for takeoff. Okay. So, cabin crew, prepare for departure.
357, taxi departure.
And line up checklists.
Speedbird
So,
357,
cabin is
taxi to
secured,
parking.
takeoff runway
Cross
27
runway
left,
27 right,
full
then Alpha
length,
Liner,
packs
Echo,
1 and 2,
Alpha,
off, line up
Delta,
checklist complete.
Bravo.
Are you ready?
Taxi to parking, cross runway 27 right, then Alpha Niner, Echo Alpha Delta Bravo, Speedbird 357.
Alright, let's make this a rolling takeoff. Stabilized. Manflex 45, SLS runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. Knots.
V1.
Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Checked.
Speedbird 59er.
Thrust decline, climb auto thrust.
On 125.62.
125.625, Speedbird 59, bye bye. Flaps 1. Speed checked, flaps 1. Heathrow radar, Speedbird 59 heavy, passing 1,500.
Speedbird 59er
Flight 0.
heavy. Heathrow radar
Speed checked.
identified. Climb flight level 060, direct D239er Foxtrot.
Climb flight level 60, continue on the SID, Speedbird 59. That should have been altitude. Looks like that bug is still not completely fixed. So, packs on, lights set. So, at some point earlier it indicated that it would have a problem crossing the hotel pointer above 3000, but that problem, or that indication has gone now, and I think we should easily be able to do it, to be honest.
Speedbird 59er, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Speedbird 59. Okay. Speedbird 59R, please confirm that is an unrestricted climb.
Speedbird 59er, climb unrestricted.
Thank you.
Speedbird 249er, contact London Control
Okay.
on 127.83.
Open climb, alt 19000 blue.
127.83, Speedbird 249er.
Alright then, so let's do the acceleration flow pattern. Flaps up, spoilers retracted, landing gear up, packs on, and that's the acceleration flow pattern completed. So we're able to comply with all the above restriction. I don't really mind about the 6000 below, and it was an unrestricted climb anyway, so we can continue straight up. Excellent, so with that we're up in the air. Autopilot 1. Gotta love it. It's a very bright night that makes me hopeful that we are going to be able to see quite a lot on this night flight. And then obviously the sun will rise for our arrival into Cape Town. Looks quite beautiful. Looks quite beautiful indeed. See? Okay, so that's done that. It's done a cross check, passing flight level 72. Now, checked.
Speedbird 59er, climb flight level 250.
Speedbird 59er, climbing flight level 250. Speedbird 59er, any chance to proceed direct Hawkeye? It's late in the evening, so I'm kind of hoping that we could get such a direct.
Speedbird 59er, proceed direct Hawkeye approved.
Direct Hawkeye approved, Speedbird 59er, thank you. Okay, Hawkeye, present position direct 2, and insert. That might have cut off another minute or so. And climb. No longer have any altitude restrictions there that we might have to take into consideration. Alright then. Beautiful look outside. I think that's Gatwick down there.
Departure Speedbird 247-2000 for 4,000.
Speedbird 247, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climb 10,000, Speedbird 247.
And we're passing 10,000. Lights off, science auto. It's going to stay smooth for the time being. Alright, so optimum flight level 348, that means we can basically climb to flight level 350 straight away. No nav 8 hard tuned, and secondary can remain as it is. We got a copy on the sec number 2 on the other end side. It doesn't cost me to just make another copy of the active here. Great! So, estimated time of arrival 0849. I don't really... yeah, that looks better for fuel. Alright, so we'll be nice and on time. And with that, everything is set and done up here. So, for the time being, just sit back, make yourself comfortable, and then I see you all when we start the approach into Cape Town. Captain approach, Speedbird 59er heavy, passing 15,000, 15.5, descending 14,000. And we'll just confirm the QNH with approach, and with that we are now on our way into Cape Town. 200,000 to go over here, let's reduce our vertical speed.
And 59er Heavy, Cape Town approach identified. Good morning. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 19er approach into Cape Town.
Expecting the ILS Zulu runway 19er into Cape Town, speedbird 59er Heavy. Nice, so St. Tensions is able to tell us it's the Zulu approach now. That's a new addition. So we're clear to descend down to 14,000, that means we got a set QNH. And a bit earlier they told us it's 1020.
Speedbird 59er, sorry about this. Unmanned aerial vehicle operations are affecting nearby airspace. Hold at AirDAS as published. Descend flight level 120 right turns. Just a few minutes.
Entering the holding over at AirDAS, right turns, and descending to flight level 120, speedbird 59er Heavy. Okay, so it's a flight level again, no longer in altitude, interesting. So set standard once more. And then we're going down to 120.
Speedbird 59er holding at AirDAS and descending to flight level 120 confirmed. Continue as published.
Okay, so into the AirDAS holding and down to flight level 120 because some idiot is operating a drone somewhere around. Alright, in that case, managed speed 230. Now let's see how the airplane is going to do the hold. It will do the hold, will it? Will it? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The holding is active up here. Why is it not following it? We're in nav mode. Okay. So, as always, when the plane doesn't do what you want it to do, heading, then we force it to do it. Alright, no, don't accelerate. Come on. Sometimes it's really trying to trick you, is it? Okay, so we're now holding over at AirDAS, and we got 1,000 to go. That's fine. Speed is coming back. Obviously, that's going to mess up our entry now. So, 245 right-hand turns. That looks pretty good the way we've got it in here now. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the general approach that we are expecting. So, looking down at the ATIS, we have the information Zulu arriving runway 19er, wind 205 at 18, Carboc, temperature 17, QNH 1023, transition level 90, and well, the rest is not really interesting down here. Let's, by the way, do an update, see if they have anything new, especially, yeah, information whiskey. But generally, wind has changed slightly. And apart from that, nothing interesting down here. Alright, great. So then let's go ahead and work on our approach briefing. In general, for our setup, we've got the ILS approach runway 19 down here in the FMS. You can see that we have a little bit less fuel than what we'd originally anticipated. And we actually got to find out about the expected approach time now that we are holding over here. Because I did previously commit to landing in Cape Town. Because we had to find out that auto-step climbs seem to have ceased working. And, well, now we are stuck with a little bit less fuel than what we had originally anticipated. But, well, not much we can do about this. However, let's see if they have an expected approach time. Speedbird 59er, do you have an expected approach time for us? He said it's just going to be a few minutes, but we want to be on the safe side over here when something like this happens.
Speedbird 59er, I've got you on my scope and I'll descend you further shortly. Stay on the arrival.
Please confirm we are resuming the arrival. Speedbird 59er.
Speedbird 59er resuming arrival here to 1 Bravo. Continue as filed.
Thank you. Direct to AirDAS for the AirDAS 1 Bravo arrival. Speedbird 59er. Okay, PPOS Direct 2, here we go. Nav, and look at that. Suddenly it's flying it again. Alright, so...
Speedbird 59er, roger. Direct to arrivals from Bravo. Preparing for your arrival.
Whatever that's supposed to mean. AI. Okay, anyway, so, let's go ahead and talk about the approach. So we're flying the Airbus Arrival. Why did those lights come on? Sometimes this sim is strange. They were absolutely surely off. You can review that in the video if you want to. Okay, Airbus Arrival into Cape Town, and it's going to be radar vectors towards the ILS approach Zulu runway 19er, minimum 350. The go around is straight out to 40 me, then left turn to the station, climb at 4,500, and extra fuel and time. That's the interesting part about this now. So
Cape Town approach, the Fair 129.
we can,
level 150.
I mean, look at that. We have 2 hours of alternate fuel. So if we just commit to landing over here, entering 0 alternate, then suddenly we have an hour and 10 minutes of holding time, and a stupid drone is not going to prevent us from doing this. Yeah, apart from that, I've got nothing from my side. So then from here, it's going to be the ILS approach, flat rector guided, config full, and we will be using maximum reverse to help with the brake cooling. Vacate the runway with BTV via Charlie, and then we're parking on stand number 3, as they have just sent us here as they've just sent us over here. So Alpha 3. Alright. Stop margin is going to be about 1,000 meters, and there are no hotspots for our taxi in. I've got nothing special or non-standard, however there is one thing worth talking about, and that is that's the fuel. So we've committed to landing over here. We'll keep a good eye on what's going on in Cape Town. They do have 2 runways, even though the shorter one is not really that usable for us, but I'm fairly certain that we are...
Fair 129er direct APKUV. Cleared for the RNAV Z runway 19er approach.
Yeah, listen to that. They're already clearing people.
Until established.
If they're already clearing people for the approach now, then we'll be next anyway. So fuel's not going to be a concern. Over an hour extra fuel. Alright, and that's it. Do you have any questions? Nope. Lovely. So that's our briefing complete. I suppose they're keeping us a little bit high because they're afraid of the terrain over here. I can't complain about that. Better high than clearance into the terrain. And Cape Town is just beautiful, isn't it? Really excited to see what the IndyBuild scenery is going to look like now. But I suppose we're going to find out soon. Okay, so speed limit at 30 DME, maximum 250, we've got that anyway. And then, technically speaking, the MSA is 6000 from here on, so let's see if we can already get vectors to the final. Speedbird 59er heavy, request radar vectors to final. Let's see, maybe they can offer us something.
Speedbird 59er, descend altitude 4000. Turn right heading 290 vectors for the ILS runway 19er approach.
Descend 4000, right heading 290 vectors ILS Zulu 19er, Speedbird 59 kilo. Alright, here we go. Thrust idle, open descent heading. Speedbird 59, please confirm the QNH.
Speedbird 59er, descend 4000. Turn right heading 295 vectors for the ILS runway 19er approach.
4000 heading 295 vectors ILS 19 Speedbird 59.
Speedbird 59er QNH 1021 HPA.
1021 Speedbird 59. Set QNH. QNH 1021 cross check passing 11,400 now. Approach checkers please. So barrel ref QNH 1021 minimum. Sparrow 350, runway condition dry and auto brake BTV. Approach check is complete. Very nice. Then let's do radial indirect. Was in 259? No, that's wrong. 191. Alright, that looks good. Insert. And here we go. Nice. So, a little bit of speed brake, and down we go. Passing 10. So, lights on, signs on, EFIS and LS.
Captain, cabin is ready.
Alright, weather is definitely not going to be a problem, so you're going to get the train as well over here.
Turn off your electronic devices. Stow them to
And that's it.
tray tables away. Ensure your
Cool.
seats are in their full
So we're about to re-intercept the profile.
Our today's gate is international.
Also go to Alpha to manage speed. And speed brakes coming back in. Beautiful. Okay, lovely. Then let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun. So, manual flight.
Speedbird 59er Heavy. Proceed direct CI 19er. Descend altitude 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 19er approach.
Speedbird 59 Heavy, direct to terminal final, runway 19, descending 3000, cleared ILS 19. Alright, so nav approach 1. We are officially cleared for the approach, but a little bit far out, and we are receiving something. So, Kilo Sierra India, the island is confirmed. Well, and then I think we can just fly this completely managed. Like this. So, manual thrust. Descent. Alright, so the ILS signal looks good. We're in 20 miles. Approach armed, glide slope, localizer blue. So, that's Sierra Fox Romeo there. I think he's established on the approach as well, so... or rather cleared for the approach, but seems to be cutting it short a little bit. I think in that case it may be a good idea just to start reducing our speed already. So approach phase is active. Speed's coming back. Let's see where the other guy is gonna go. Because he seems to be rather slow. Let's just hope it's not an ATR, otherwise those 10 mile separation we have right now may or may not do the trick. Can't really see him anywhere. So, the first beautiful beaches are coming in sight. Or at least I hope they're beautiful beaches. So with the other airplane. We're even slightly quicker than the other one. Not a good combination.
59er, contact Cape Town Tower on 118.1 when established.
118.1 when established, Speedbird 59, bye-bye. Alright, pre-selected, and when established we're gonna call him.
Speedbird 59er, roger, maintain present heading and altitude, continue approach.
You're joking. Lock start. 1,000 to go.
Speedbird 59er, I am.
Flaps
Seriously,
1.
don't call me Shirley.
Alright, speed checked, flaps 1. established, so over to tower. Cape Town Tower, speedbird 59 heavy established, ILS 19.
Speedbird 59er heavy, Cape Town Tower. Say again your message.
Speedbird 59 heavy established on the ILS runway 19. All star.
Speedbird 59er, roger.
Good. That's also a way to do it. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2.
The Bear 129er, winds 180 at 18, runway 19er, cleared to land.
Alt.
19er, cleared to land, the Bear 129er.
Okay, so the other guy is 6 miles in front of us. That should theoretically be no problem at all. Blast up star.
Speedbird 59er heavy, winds 180 at 18, runway 19er, cleared to land.
Ooh, that's interesting. Runway 19er, clear to land. Speedbird 59 heavy. I didn't know that they're allowed to do this over here. Thought it was only the States.
2,500.
Okay. Checked. So, gear down. Flaps 3. Speed checked. Flaps 3. And flaps full.
2,000.
Speed check, flaps full. Okay, so we are completely established. Then let's do the landing checklist. And landing checklist complete. If I'm not talking too much, that's really just because I'm enjoying the views out here. Really fun flying this one. Awesome weather. Awesome sight. And now let's hope for an awesome airport as well. And let's see, we're flying for 10 hours 58 right now. If we're slow enough, maybe we can get the 11 hours full.
$1,000.
Checked. So the preceding seems to be off the runway, at least I can't see him anymore. Couple of wind changes here, still some rather strong headwind at 28 knots. That's also why ground speed mini gives us such a high approach speed at almost 150.
$400. $100 above. $300.
Now the wind is dropping.
Minimum.
Continue.
200. $100.
So we're a little bit fast here.
50,
Idle.
40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Did we touch down right on the 5 call? So, spot us, reverse green, decel. Charlie is coming up on the right hand side. That's what BTV is aiming for. 70%. Manual brakes.
Speedbird 59er, welcome to Cape Town. Contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er, Speedbird 59er. Cape Town ground, good morning, Speedbird 59 Heavy, request taxi to the gate Alpha 3.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And here we go, 11 hours.
Did you know that Cape Town is home to the iconic Table Mountain, which is one of the new 7 wonders of nature?
Speedbird 59er, taxi to apron B gate 3, cross runway 19er, then Charlie Bravo 1. Good day.
Please remain
Charlie Bravo 1, gate Alpha 3, Speedbird 59 Heavy, g'day. Alright, so let's make sure we get that airplane off the runway completely, and then it's going to be off to the right hand side, gate Alpha 3.
Speedbird 59er, taxi to apron B gate 3 via Charlie Bravo 1. Good day.
Why is he repeating that for nothing? Alright, so welcome to Cape Town. Let's do the after landing procedures. Temperature 17 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold. Starting APU since it's not going to be a very long taxi here. Okay, so Alpha 3, let's see if we can at least get GSX for our arrival. Oh, okay, yeah, it has remote control. I'm fine with that. So, apron Alpha, gate 3. We don't need to follow me for this one. Handling by... I don't know. Give me that one. Fine with me. Very cool. So, since we have enough power that we're actually accelerating on idle here, engine 2 cut off. So, gate Alpha 3, that means we are going across the entire apron and then we're parking on the other end side. I gotta say, I like the glass molding of the terminal here. That looks pretty nice. Well, that looks pretty tight. But yeah, works out just about. Ooh, even Delta standing over here. Very nice. Okay, so Alpha 4 coming up. Thereafter we'll find Alpha 3, so lights off. APU is on. Good, and here's our gate. So there is ground staff. I can see some high loaders on the right hand side, and I think there will be a guidance system over here for our parking assistance. Come on, don't stop. Always incredible how far you've got to overshoot, right? I mean, if you imagine the virtual center of the airplane now, you can see that we're actually ending up on the centerline fairly well like this. Huge airplane. Actually could have oversteered a little bit more even. Alright, so the guidance system is on, even though I don't get why it's in the terminal back there. Suppose there's no comment needed on that. Alright, so we'll just park over here. That's fine. Cool, brake set and APU on. Alright. Coming through, all doors in park. Engines coming down, and somebody already opened the slide before they were even done disarming the doors, but okay. So, toggle door arming, please. It's broken now. It's broken now because GSX opened the door. It's unbelievable how GSX can mess you over. Alright, here we go. Now they're disarmed. So, external power on, APU off, and here we go. Okay, so parking checklist, please. Park and brake our trucks. Brake set, wing light, off. Parking checklist complete. So let's see, we have used 80 tons of fuel. We were supposed to use 72 tons of fuel. Okay. So used a little bit more. That's what happens when the auto step climbs don't work. Just to verify down here, options, auto step climb, yes. So don't ask me what's happened there, but luckily we had so much alternate fuel that we could easily continue the flight to our destination. My friends, and with that, I welcome you to Cape Town. I do hope you all enjoyed this flight. Be sure to leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and I'm really looking forward to see you all again on the next one.